America's top health official swam in poop water this weekend. He just swam around in raw sewage. And it took me a few days to truly unpack this story and research it, but here we are. I just read a tweet and did a deep dive on this story. And in some ways this is one of the weirdest, most out of character things RFK Jr.'s ever done. And in some ways I just went down this rabbit hole that it's I feel like I finally understand RFK Jr., which is terrifying. I will never, but sort of understand the things he does. Okay, let's unpack how crazy this is. RFK Jr., the Secretary of Health and Human Services, the top director, government official for human health in this country, swam in Rock Creek outside Washington, D.C., a contaminated river that has been banned from humans swimming in it for 50 years because it's so contaminated. There is just excess stormwater and sewage that goes right into this river. So it's contaminated with human fecal matter, salmonella, E. coli, lead, mercury. Need I go on? This river is filthy. People get very, very ill when they go in this river because it is full of human excrement, okay? It's unclear why he went in there, and not only did he swim in it, it's fully submerged, full head, all of his orifices in the water. He also took his grandkids in there. This is a fun Mother's Day activity for the Kennedys, I guess. It was completely baffling to me that he went in there until I saw this crazy tweet that says RFK Jr. doesn't believe in germ theory. So, of course, he swam around in fecal-infested water. If you're not a nerdy scientist like me, you're probably what the hell is germ theory? We got to roll this tape back all the way to the 1800s. Picture this, America in the 1800s. There's massive civil unrest. We're in a civil war. People are dying of smallpox, the measles. No one really trusts science. Oh, that sounds like now. Just kidding. They actually did kind of trust science. But the bigger thing was no one really kind of knew how science worked. People were dying in massive amounts from basic things like the flu or measles or smallpox. But we didn't know how people got sick. We literally didn't know how germs worked. So in the 1800s, there were actually competing theories about how people got sick and how people died. And it was the beginning of the theories of hygiene and sanitation and how do people keep people safe in hospitals and things like military hospitals in the Civil War, because we didn't know what was important. Did you have to wash your hands between doing surgery on one person or the next person? Yeah, you do. Spoiler alert, you do need to wash your hands. But we didn't know that because we didn't know what germs were. Okay, so there's a couple different theories that people believed. There was a very predominant theory in the time called miasma theory, which was that you got sick from noxious, bad-smelling odors or vapors in the air from things like rotting food or rotting flesh or corpses, and you shouldn't be around them, these miasmas, and so you should do things like have fresh, open air and clean things more often so they didn't smell. It turns out that actually led to a lot of innovations that we currently have in sanitation and hygiene, and you really shouldn't hang out around corpses. But it's not because of the smell. It's actually the smell of rotting food is not necessarily dangerous. You can be around the smell of rotting food all you want. It's actually the germs and the bacteria and the viruses that grow on that rotting food that's going to make you sick. So then germ theory started to grow around in this time. That's a pun. Come around in that time where people started to learn that the germs on things that were left out to rot were what was making them sick. People discovered what bacteria was. They discovered what viruses were. They just really discovered how diseases work, and that, let's say you leave out something that's rotting, it's going to grow something like salmonella, and that's going to make you sick. Or if I'm sick and I cough on you, what's going to make you sick is actually the tiny germs that I cough onto you. This is germ theory. It's super basic science. It is like Science 101. And it has become the accepted theory of science and medicine and health 101 for the last 150 years. Once we started having better microscopes, cleaner hospitals, we started to really realize how germs worked. In the 1800s. You know who doesn't believe in germ theory? Our Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr. I learned this today. He doesn't believe in germs. Okay, part 2 coming. This is already a long video.